Hello, today we will be talking about John Piaget. He is a psychologist who is most famously known for the cognitive development theory. Before we get into that, let's learn more about his past. He was born August 9th, 1869, and he passed away September 16th, 1980. He has always had an interest in science from a very early age and began to study science. He was into zoology. So when he was able to go to college, he went to a university and he got his doctorate in zoology. He married a woman named Valentine, and they would have 3 children together. Piaget would later go on to observe his own children, and they would become the basis for his cognitive development theory. In his early career, he worked with nature science, earning his doctorates as we previously discussed, and he slowly moved to psychology. He would later go on and work with Alfred Bennett, and Alfred Bennett was the first intelligent test developer at an all boys school, and Piaget would help him score the assessments. Now, as we go on, we will get into Piaget's development theory. It is important we know some background about it. The Piaget's development theory basically is broke up into 4 different departments. The first one is sensory motor, pre-optional, concrete operational, then formal operational. These stages happen at all different ages. The first one we will go over is sensory motor. This happens when the child is first born to 2 years. A good example of this is like when a newborn or a baby is reaching, stretching, looking around. They're just using all their senses to get equipped for their surroundings, such as when a 1 year old is learning to run and they have to fall, they have to figure out, hey, this area is hurt. Oh, that's not what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Basically, sensory motor is when a baby touches you and they look at you. They're using their senses to know you. Then the next stage, the pre-operational, happens between 2 and 7. And this is when a child is using their imagination during play. An example that I have noticed that is greatly used is when a child is using a broomstick as and pretending it's something else, like a horse, a car, but they're using their imagination to pretend it's something it's not. The next stage is concrete operational, and this is from the ages 7 to 11. Sorry. I have my notes. And the first stage is it lasts until they're 11, as I said, and it's just their rational thinking. They don't really look at a bigger picture. It's if a dog bites me, the dog needs to go outside. If my friend hits me, I'm going to hit him back, is basically the examples I have found. And the last stage is formal operational, and that's 12 to, and it's lifelong. It said adulthood, but adulthood is lifelong. And that's when something happens, you come out with the different outcomes that could happen, such as if I do not go to school, I will fail my tests. I will get in trouble. Those are the different outcomes. And if I do go to school, I'll pass my test and etc. The way we apply this to a classroom setting is ask students to reflect on their own lives, because children can make real life connections. Like with a unit on animals, a lot of children might have pets, they can connect with that. And as a teacher, it's important we find different solutions to a problem, because there are different learners in a school setting. What works for one child will not work for another. And have the students justify the answers and explain it. Like, why do you believe that's true? We're not saying you're wrong. We just need you to justify it. Make me believe it's true. Like a math equation. If I say 2 plus 2 is 5, but you say it's 4, show me why that's true. And a main thing about the cognitive development is just encouraging problem solving. Thank you for your time.